Syka taking a look at tonight's 7-game NBA slate. A night basically with all the superstars going. We have, Denver, Houston going, Golden State Thunder. I mean, that's going to be another big one. Remotely, tons of value to fit all these guys into.
Yeah, I love this slate tonight. We're at the time of the year where it's easy to find that cheap value with these young players. DraftKings and FanDuel have some huge tournaments tonight, $1 million tournaments if your bankroll is generous to you. It's a fun night, though. It's that time of the year where it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, a crazy value. I mean, there's a lot to break down here. A couple guys that are out that are going to influence the other ones. Utah, Indiana in the first one here, 193 total. Not a game that I'm really looking a ton at. Most of my interest, though, is on the Jazz side.
Same here. 193.5 total. It's lowest in the entire slate. On the Jazz side, I'm really only looking at Gobert and then Joe Ingles on FanDuel. Ingles is cheap. He's 4,200 on FanDuel. I mean, he fits that weak small forward position if you need it.
Yeah, if Hood's out, I mean, I have interest in Ingles as well. DraftKings, I mean, they're been historically known this season to just bump up those guys to a price where you just don't want to play them anymore.
Yeah, that's where Ingles is for me. And then Gobert, it's a great matchup for him. Indiana is one of the worst rebounding teams in the league, and Gobert's probably the best rebounder in the league.
Yeah, he's been really consistent of late, too. He has that block shot upside as well. I was joking around with you before because I know you're a big narratives guy, and George Hill heading back to Indiana. At his price tag, definitely worth a shot in a tournament.
Oh, 100% worth a shot in tournaments. His price is cheap, $6K on DraftKings, just over that on FanDuel. Destroyed Indiana last time they played. I could definitely see him doing it again.
And on the Pacers side, I mean, a 95 team total on this slate at some of those prices, they're cheap, but I don't feel the need to go that route.
I can't do it against Utah. They play too slow, and this total's too low.
Sixers and Magic, 214 total, 5-point spread. I'm a big fan of this game. I think there's a lot of correlation in it. On the Sixers side, I'd be surprised to see Okafor played. I mean, Coach said he didn't even know if he was going to travel down to Orlando or not.
I can't see a reason for them to play him tonight. That makes Holmes a great option, though.
Yeah, I like Holmes a lot. On FanDuel, I mean, he's a really nice play at a power forward position. Saric is just going to suck up a lot of the usage. I mean, he's just absolutely been crushing. And even at a higher price tag, I mean, he absolutely deserves it.
Oh, he does. I'm telling you, he's going to be the rookie of the year, and I'm going to keep using him for especially in these matchups. Yeah,
me too. I mean, good spot against Orlando. As far as other guys, I mean, I have small interest in Robert Covington on DK. So 6,800 is not that bad of a price. Definitely probably just a GPP play, though.
Yeah, he's a little tough to pay for. It all depends on if he gets the rebounds and if his shot's falling and if there are extra steals for him to hit his upside. But it's a high-risk play, but also could pay off its dividends.
Yeah, it could. And, with Okafor out there, there's some usage to go around. And you also like a couple value guys in the backcourt, don't you?
Yeah, there's one guy I really like. I'm really high on Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot. He was one of their draft picks this last year. Last couple of games he's been playing about 28 minutes per game. Shot-dependent player. It's that time of the year where we're going to get these young guys getting a lot of run towards the end just so these teams can see what they have if they want to trade him or something. And he's going to be a guy who's going to be getting a lot of run, and if his shot's falling, he'll hit his value.
Yeah, he really could. And, on a night where there's a lot of punt value here that we're talking about, I mean, you can easily fit two of the studs in.
Yeah, he definitely helps you with fitting in Westbrook, Harden, Jokic, whoever you want.
As far as the Magic goes, I mean, some of these guys are intriguing. I mean, Aaron Gordon, I like in GPPs. I don't mind paying up for Vucevic. I mean, I think he's a safe option tonight. Has crushed Philly. They're bottom 5 against centers. He's fine in all formats for me. I think the rest are more GPP plays.
He's fine for me as well. He crushed them 3 times already. He could definitely do it again.
What do you think about Elfrid Payton? I mean, up there in price, basically, I want the triple-double or he's a bust.
Yeah, that's basically it for me, too. Tournaments only.
Anyone else there?
No one else.
Atlanta, Charlotte, and the Atlanta side, I mean, Bazemore and Millsap are both out for tonight's game. That means we're going to get some value plays here, and there's actually 3 value plays that I could actually see being viable options.
Same here. My favorite of the bunch is Taurean Prince. He's probably going to be the highest owned player in the slate tonight. It's going to be a little bit like the Jeremy Lamb thing, I think. People paying down for this guy to fit in Westbrook, Harden, etc. But he's been playing big minutes, and he's been smashing in those minutes as well.
Yeah, he has. I mean, great play on both sides, still cheap. Ilyasova also going to draw a start. I don't mind him filling in for Millsap. Tim Hardaway Jr. I like quite a bit here. This guy gets a big usage bump with Bazemore and Millsap off the floor. He's been really great on the offensive side of the ball this season.
Yeah, especially when his shots falling. He's put up those huge games before. And then one more guy in Atlanta I like is Dwight Howard. Without Millsap, it's a great spot for him. Someone's going to get the rebounds.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking of rebounds, I mean, he's averaged 20 rebounds in 2 games against Charlotte this season. So,
Yeah, it could be a fun one.
yeah, Howard's in a good spot. He does see a 3% usage bump with Millsap off the floor, and at a really nice price tag on both sides.
I agree. And then on the Charlotte side, I'm mainly only looking at Kemba Walker and then maybe a little Cody Zeller. But Kemba at home is all I always have interest there.
I like Kemba a lot tonight, and one of the reasons it's a good matchup against Schroeder, at a decent price tag. I also like him because I'm just going to be playing a lot of Atlanta guys, so I think he's a good correlation play.
I agree.
Next one here, we got Washington and Boston, 217. Isaiah Thomas back in the lineup. This is a game where I feel like, yes, it's probably going to be pretty high scoring, but I feel like there's a lot of overpriced guys here and a lot of usage to be kind of spread around.
Pretty much both these entire teams are overpriced, in my opinion. Thomas coming back really crushes the value on the rest of Boston. You could take a shot on Horford in a good matchup, but his price is a little too high for me personally. And then on Washington, pretty much everyone's been priced up for a while now.
Yeah, John Wall's the only real guy I have any interest in, because he's getting a decent matchup here. But I feel like Beal's a little bit expensive, dealing with a tougher matchup than Wall is. Gortat, we haven't seen a lot of late. If Markieff Morris does miss tonight's game, obviously Smith is going to be a guy who gets a big bump in ownership and is in a decent spot.
I'd probably lock Smith in if Morris is out.
Yeah. Next one here, Nuggets and Houston, 236 total. Houston, bigger favorites than they were on the road, but I do think this one does stay close just because Denver's offense has been able to kind of keep it close in most games.
This is going to be a fun one. It was fun the other night. I could see it being a good one again. You got James Harden at the top. He could absolutely dominate in this matchup. And then a good correlation is pairing him with Jokic.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I think with the value tonight, you can certainly do that. And on the Denver side, I mean, if Gallinari and Chandler both sit, I mean, we get Plumlee, we get Barton back again at a nice mid-range price with some upside.
Yeah, we get both them. We also have Jameer Nelson coming off the huge game. He can definitely do that again, even against the Patrick Beverley defense. But when he's getting 30-plus minutes a game, I have to give him a look.
Yeah, especially with that total there. I definitely don't mind. And, we're talking about Houston. I mean, 122 total. Outside of Harden, it just seems to be really spread out. You get a lot of guys that can go missing at any time. I mean, it's not the most consistent high-scoring team.
No, it's very difficult to peg on who's going to be the scorers besides Harden on this Houston team, just because Harden pretty much is the entire offense. One guy I have some interest in is Clint Capella, but even he's been hot and cold.
Yeah, he has. I mean, at a decent price tag on both sides. I don't mind using him. Ariza, Ryan Anderson, Beverly, I mean, Gordon, Williams, I mean, they're all guys that can go off and produce on any given night. But, I think they're just tournament plays.
I agree. They're nothing but just tournament shots. Sprinkle them in here and there if you're playing multiple lineups.
Yeah. Golden State, Oklahoma City, and 222 total here. Warrior side things, I mean, I feel like they're a little pricey. Draymond Green's pretty much my only interest on this Warrior side.
Same here. Steph Curry for cash, though, I don't mind. But Draymond Green, this is a spot where he could end up getting one of those big triple-double games, and we always like those out of him.
Yeah, and I think the defensive stats are going to be racked up between him. I mean, he's averaged about 4.4 blocks plus steals against OKC in 3 games. So I think that's going to be there, and he kind of fits that build for usually how these games kind of tend to go.
That's what happens when you face Westbrook, though. He turns the ball over a lot, but someone's got to get the steals. And speaking of Westbrook, that price is high. FanDuel at 13.4. I don't know if I could pull the trigger. But DraftKings at 13.3, I 100%, I definitely can. With that triple-double bonus, it really makes it worth the price tag.
And there's a ton of value tonight. I mean, we've talked about a couple of punk guys already. I think it's easier now to fit Westbrook in than pretty much any time before.
Definitely. I'd love to find a way where I could fit in Harden and Westbrook and get a whole, a nice team around it with value. Hopefully that opens up tonight. But Westbrook, he's probably going to be the highest scorer on the night.
As far as the other guys go, I mean, Oladipo, Robertson, Gibson. I don't mind Steven Adams, but the rest of the secondary plays, I think there's just better value in the price ranges around them.
I agree. They're priced up a little bit, but I don't mind taking some shots in tournaments on them.
Knicks Clippers, last game of the night, 217 total. Clippers are double-digit favorites. I like this one a lot in GPPs because I think there is some upside, obviously, with these stars, and they don't come at the price tag as some of the other guys do tonight.
This game's going to be a lot lower owned than Denver, Houston, Golden State, Oklahoma, and probably Washington, Boston. Maybe even Philly, Orlando will get more ownership. I think this game is a great tournament stack. You have all these stars, Chris Paul, Carmelo, Blake Griffin. You could fit them all in together, and if it stays close, you'll dominate.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, you're looking for some upside out of here. Porzingis likely going to be playing tonight. I kind of want to roll the dice on him on FanDuel. I mean, 6,500 is actually a reasonable price for him. Definitely tournament only, and that's probably the only place I'll use him. Probably just a shot in the dark play here, 1 out of 10 lineups.
I don't mind it. If this stays close, it's going to be Porzingis. Knicks suck. It's just the Porzingis and Melo show. Melo sucks on the road this year. So really, it's going to be down to Kristaps to keep it close, and definitely a nice tournament play.
Yeah, I think basically the only guy that I'm off of the Knicks is Derrick Rose, just because it's a tough matchup. JJ Redick, I have some interest in on FanDuel just because you do have to roster 2 shooting guards, unfortunately. If you do want to dive down, I mean, he's only 4,300. Knicks are bottom 10 against shooting guard. You basically just have to hope he gets hot from 3.
Yeah, I'm fine with JJ Redick. Knicks are one of the worst against shooting guards. And then one other guy, well, 2 other guys who I have some interest in is the centers for the Knicks, my boy Hernan Gomez, and then Kyle O'Quinn. If you think Hernan Gomez is going to get in foul trouble again, I mean, it's certainly possible. I'd roll with O'Quinn, but if he doesn't get in foul trouble, he should be playing decent minutes, and he could perform in decent minutes, just his price is high.
Yeah, I mean, both viable GPP options, and for once, I mean, I think Hernan Gomez is going to draw pretty low ownership.
Yeah, and we always like playing guys at low ownership.
So. That's going to wrap things up here. I mean, who do you guys are highest scored tonight? I feel like there could be a lot of different ways to go. Because, I mean, for once, Westbrook isn't a lock. I mean, Harden could outscore him tonight.
It's Westbrook. Don't even.
All right. Yeah, I'm taking Harden. You know what? Harden outscores Westbrook tonight.
That's all right. Harden's the only one who can contend, in my opinion. But Westbrook's my guy.
Yeah. So that's going to wrap things up here. Head on over to dailyfantasycafe.com. Check out our great tools and content.
Yep. Good luck.